Hey, welcome back, Silverbill fans. Welcome back to Silverbill channel. Now to get back to the main topic of Silverbill channel's purpose, which is of course silver bullion. While I was waiting for the last video to upload on the Craig Thompson affair, I sent a letter off to the Prime Minister. You can do so just via email, really easy. Contact your PM. Earlier, how disgusted I was that union funds were allegedly used for the services of prostitutes, and that they were used to fund the election of the member of Dobell. Just how her government can accept the vote of such a member is beyond me. These are disgusting allegations and cast a whole stench over a government. So I was hoping other people will likewise send in an email to the Prime Minister. She won't read it, of course, but her staff will. And if her staff say, oh, today we got 10,000 emails telling us how disgusted everyone was, trust me, it does have an impact on them. Exercise your democratic right. Tell your politicians how you feel. As a union member myself, I am disgusted at the allegations, and they should be tested in a court of law. No doubt about that. If proven, I don't think there's any doubt that politician will need to go to jail. What's happening in the silver markets? We've had some uncertainty in Europe with the Greek and French elections, and in Greece there's no clear majority. Not surprisingly, the electorate has gone towards the more extremist parties because the major parties have let them down dramatically. So the two main parties have basically no longer been main parties because they've lost the respect of the voters. France, Nicolas Sarkozy, the angry midget, is gone. And now there's a new French socialist president who will probably believe that you can spend your way out of debt. Hasn't seemed to have worked before. So the markets have been all over the place, the stock market and that. The gold market's pretty steady. This drop in silver, this upswing you see here yesterday, and then the drop back down. It's just this ongoing battle in silver. It's been going on for months now, and it's just, it doesn't want to leave this $30 level. When it tries to break below, it bounces back. When it tries to break out of it, it bounces back. It's like it's locked in this $30 level, and that's been that way for months now. That's why I've done so few videos on it, because there's really little happening in the silver market of major moves. It's stuck at $30 an ounce. There's really no clear signal. It's alright for stackers, at least you've got a steady price there, and you know what you could be buying at. But as Stellar Concepts said to me when I did that video, Stellar Concepts, you're wrong. He sent me a message back saying, you're going to do a video apologising for that. So maybe this is the video. I said the year has not yet finished yet. The financial year is about to finish, June 30 in Australia. But the year has not finished yet, so there's still maybe a lot more that happens in the silver market. So I'm not prepared to say yet that I'm wrong. But if I am, I will gladly do a video eating humble pie, saying, Stellar Concepts, you were right. I don't take my videos down, they're there. So if I made a wrong call, I've made a wrong call. Like I said, I don't give financial advice. These calls or whatever I say is what I believe, and is for just a record of what I personally am doing or I believe at the time. It's not expected to give anyone else advice or whatever. But it is important, I think, that we have a diary of why we were thinking about certain things at a certain time. Obviously, at the moment, I'm saving up to try and get a block of land and build a house. Yet I'm pessimistic on the real estate market. Um, so I'm not in a hurry to jump into it because, unlike others, I don't think it's suddenly going to explode. Although they're dropping interest rates at the moment, all that is doing is keeping the Australian housing bubble there. It's trying to stop it de-inflating because basically um, the housing market has died in the arse. If you go to some of the big cities, go to Gold Coast, it's just died there because Gold Coast relies so much on tourism and there's no tourists. Obviously, there's a lot of unemployment down there now. So the value of houses have gone down significantly. In Brisbane, we had the big floods, and they've knocked the housing value of a lot of houses. A lot of people have lost half the value of their house because, they thought they were in a flood-free zone, and it proves they're not. So you can't get insurance. Suncorp has recently come out and said they're not insuring some towns in Queensland anymore for the floods. That's a big call. Do you then, if you're going to buy a house in a place where it floods and know you might have to redo the whole contents, that certainly reduces the value of that house, that real estate. So we're seeing some major problems in the Australian housing market. The only answer, and that the Federal Reserve has come up with, our Reserve Bank, it's not a Federal Reserve here, it's called the Reserve Bank of Australia, but obviously operates as a quasi-independent thing of the government, and they've been dropping interest rates supposedly to keep the economy going. Who knows what the real story is? They don't want our housing bubble to pop just yet. Maybe they want to see if they can sucker the Australian people into more debt, but thankfully most of the Australian people are pretty smart at the moment. We're all trying to stay on the sidelines and save like crazy, and savings are actually going up. But of course, the disadvantage is we get bugger all back in interest for our savings. So for a lot of pensioners, they're making the decision like if they have $6,000 in the bank, what do you do with it? Do you leave it in the bank and get the interest off it, or which is bugger all, or do you instead say, I'll put that into solar panels on my roof? And no longer will they have a power bill, and in fact, if it's a 3.5 kilowatt system, it'll likely generate some money back for me, and I'll earn more out of the electricity credits than I would out of having the money in a bank, earning interest. And on top of that, I no longer have a power bill. So a lot of pensioners, their biggest expenses are their power bills and their rates, and so they figure, you put this up on your roof, generate some electricity credits that they've now got to pay you some money for. Then not only do they no longer have the concerns of a power bill, they also now have some income, tax-free income, for their rates, which is their other big expense, other than of course food. But I'm talking about some expenses that come along every year or every quarter. So silver's just stuck there, just stuck at $30 an ounce, roundabout. I've got no predictions at the moment. It will eventually have a breakout, and it'll either break down, in which case it could drop down to 20, or it'll break up, and depending what's happening around the world environment depends on that. You've got, at the end of the day, you've still got silver being consumed in ever larger quantities. For example, solar panels, as I've just been talking about, most of those use a 90% silver paste in their construction. So every time you see solar panels in someone's roofs, you're basically seeing silver on their roof. Likewise, mobile phones use silver. Missiles use silver. There's so many different industrial processes that use silver. I still believe long term silver's a great investment to stack, because long term there's going to be less and less of it around. the big problem in Australia we have at the moment, we still have our toothpaste economy. Petrol's starting to hurt a lot of people. It's up to $1.50 plus a litre. So, that's starting to hurt a lot of people. If you've got a big Falcon or Commodore, you're spending maybe $100 to fill your car. So you don't want to have to travel a long way to work. If you're travelling like half an hour or more to work, then petrol's going to make a considerable bite into your paycheck. And on top of the government just keeps on finding ways to screw over the middle class. And that's why I don't have a good lookout for the real estate market in Australia suddenly taking off, because people just don't have that money. The only way it'll take off is if our inflation actually takes off, and then it'll look like house prices are increasing 10% a year or whatever. But in reality, what's happening is your inflation is taking off to 10% a year, and what's happening really is your house prices are stagnant. It's just the value of your money is decreasing by that amount each year. Okay, what's your predictions for the silver market? Are you still stacking at the moment, or are you just sitting off the market and wondering what's happening with it? I've dedicated the AdSense revenue I get from my YouTube channel to buying more silver. I just scraped under the $150 thing. So I'm going to have to wait till next month till it exceeds that $150. And when I get that, I'll be able to buy some silver. So hopefully I'll be able to buy 5 ounces of silver. And I'll show you what the silver bullion is like that I bought with it, because it's been a while since I've shown you some new silver bullion on a Silver Bull channel. I've still got to get a mate for my 1 kilo bar. That's still a lonely bar. It wants another 1 kilo to join it. For those who've been following my channel for a while and are just wondering about my health, it's on the improve. My brain, it's not 100%, but it's getting there. It's quite funny. It's not like a normal injury. You know, like you sort of have memory lapses you didn't have before and stuff like that. Some people say that's just getting old. So who knows? Maybe I'm just getting old. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm not geriatric yet, but of course one day these things catch up with you. You have more grey hair, or if you have hair, or you have less hair. But the headaches are slowly getting better and better. At the moment I just have a sore throat because it's winter time and we seem to get the flu every winter. That's it from me, Silver Bull channel, out. If you've got any suggestions on topics you'd like me to talk about, if you've got anything you're outraged about, or any conspiracy theory that you want me to have a look at, you know, here at Silver Bull channel, we're happy to look at all those things and give our own view on it. And I thank to all the people who have recently subscribed. Welcome aboard. To my other subscribers, thank you for being part of the Silver Bull channel.